I think I had the benefit of when I started the first location in 2003 to not know anything. I didn't know how to use tools. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know what I didn't know, which I think worked to my benefit. And I had the great fortune to read a couple books in those first couple years that really laid the foundation. I always wanted an adult to come save me. Who's the adult that can teach me what I don't know? And one of the very first adults that I turned to was Father Gregory Boyle at Homeboy Industries, which I feel like most of you probably know or have heard of. And he said in his first book, Tattoos on the Heart, that even gangs have a culture. And what that meant to me as a young leader was that if you wanted a culture that would not be associated with a gang, i.e. negative, you had to define it, nurture it, and grow it. And so one of the very first things we did as we were getting ready to expand was to document our core values. I hired a business coach. She was the adult in the room who taught me how to do this. And I think this is the foundation that every business owner needs to go through, which allows them to build the kind of open and inclusive and thoughtful work environment that we're trying to create here. So documenting what those core values are, layering on the policies and procedures that work for every single person in the organization, and then creating the non-negotiables that go along with it. And the non-negotiables for me were what really created, I probably have been teased about it, but a relationship with my team that is nurturing, not coddling. Everybody needs support in a workplace, regardless of where they've come from. And by nurturing, using the same values, the same procedures, the same non-negotiables, everybody has an opportunity to rise within that occasion. So I'll give you kind of a silly example, but I had a teammate who I loved, really, really good at her job. One of our non-negotiables was being late to work 14 times, which is a pretty generous rule. And we had to terminate this teammate because she was late 15 times to work. She liked her job so much that she every week until we gave her job back. So you don't have to stick to those non-negotiables or those rules to, till you're blue in the face, but you have to have them so that everybody has a level playing field to know when they come to work, what's expected of them. Me as a leader, what kinds of things should I be upholding, training to, teaching, et cetera, and so on. And so laying the foundation of that culture by being completely honest about what you want to be when you grow up, meaning as a business, and then making sure that you had sound policies to build what you wanted to be, and then the repercussions, accountability, non-negotiables, whatever you want to call it. And I'll just reiterate again, because I don't think I can say this enough. This is what every good business owner should do, regardless of who and how you're trying to hire, which I think is I think they should hire the way we hire.